All right. That one, the one that was parked over there. Yesterday when we put all the cars out, just got done doing the final drive to make sure everything seems happy. We're gonna re-rack it and stuff like that to look underneath it, but so far everything seems good. Okay, this is Tom Cup. We did a car for him, another Z06, 2-ish years ago, I think, something like that. And real simple pump gas deal, made almost 800 wheel, 2650 cam, yada yada. And that car unfortunately was stolen shortly after he got it back. He shipped it to Florida, got stolen. You know, things happen, is what it is. He found this car earlier last year. It was, I think it was a GM exec's car. I know he'll comment and maybe correct me on that, but I think it was a GM executive's car. It's actually silver underneath. It's something around 4,000 miles, 5,000 miles, stupid low mile car. So he sent us this car. He wanted, at first, similar build to what he had before, and then just kept kind of creeping up. And then he said, you know what, screw it, let's make 1100 wheel. But he also wanted a setup that he could drive on pump gas. And like, when I say drive on pump gas, like get into boost. And so on a blower car, there's really only one way to do it. You got to pull boost out of it, because if you're spinning the blower hard enough to make that kind of power, it's never going to be safe on 91. So we have 2 pulleys for him, a pump gas friendly pulley and then a kill pulley, so to speak. But let me give you the rundown on everything we did. Kind of start with the inside. We did, gosh dang, we did a ton of stuff on this car. Okay, so we did the OEM gloss carbon dash. We did that pad over there. The red one, it was just the black. So we did that, and that pad's shockingly pretty involved to do. Got him a P3 gauge to show him ethanol content, stuff like that. We did new window seals. They were just, even though yes, it's a low mile car, they were kind of deformed, probably from it sitting forever with the windows up. I don't know, it had kind of a weird wind buffer to it. Don't mind the water spots. I literally just cleaned this thing and I haven't wiped it down. So I finally had a couple minutes to do this video and wanted to get a chance to do it. MGW shifter, little stuff like that. Okay, in the back, it has a Akrapovic exhaust on it. We did our trunk tank that still lets you fit the target top in there. That little bottle is a fire suppression. The handle is like right there. You can pull it. We did a fire suppression on this car because you'll see in the engine bay why. We do that on a lot of the big builds. Not everybody does it, but we really stress it, especially once you start having just a ton of fuel fittings and everything like that. I mean, let's be real. We can do our job perfectly. We can have all the fittings tight, use good quality ones. We crimp everything, all that kind of stuff. I can't prevent a line from bursting. You know, there's just things that you can't prevent. And so this is just a little bit of added insurance to be able to do that. So let me show you what this thing makes power-wise on the different settings. Let me grab all the graphs because there's a few to go over. Okay, so it came in making 584 wheel horsepower, 645 torque, a very good running C7Z. Normally 550 is like on the good end. Now on 91, with the 91 pulley making 13 pounds of boost, it makes 851 wheel, 739 torque. Okay. Let me show you this one. This will show you all the different goodies. Okay, so 851 wheel on pump gas on the large pulley. That is a 375 upper, which is very large up top, but we have a pretty large lower on it as well. Okay, so then on that pulley, that same 375, it now makes 902 wheel, 788 torque on ethanol. Okay, we then did a step down pulley. We did a 3.0 just to see what that would net us. Made 1023, 940 torque on ethanol. That is never going to be safe on 91. It made 18 pounds of boost. We then went down to a 275 upper, which made 21 pounds of boost and it made 1120 wheel and 1011 torque. Okay, so give you kind of an idea. There is your before and after with the kill pulley on ethanol and the stock baseline numbers. I hope he feels a difference with that. If he doesn't, his butt dyno is very broken, obviously. So some of you are probably already thinking at this point, how the hell is he going to hook with that? He does have an 18-inch wheel tire combo with some Toyo R's. Those are an R888, which aren't great, but this thing has a key feature that will help it, we jokingly say, hook and dirt. So here's under the hood. It's very pretty. He went for all the options for the prettiness that we can do here. So bottom end, it's a late model engines built 416. We have late model engines, ported factory heads. We have a Kong ported 2650. We have our 5-inch. We've got a DSX 10 rib, DSX's aux idler. I'll kind of pan the camera in there and show you too. Cook's 2-inch headers, 4 fuel system, DSX port plates, ID 1300 injectors on this thing. We have, for the port controller, we have a Motec. So that allows us to do full traction control. We can basically floor it everywhere, and it will pull the appropriate power needed to make it hook. It does that via timing. Now, we also have a boost control option on this vehicle, so we can have a boost ramp. So we're not relying always on it just pulling a ton of timing, which, yes, that works, but if anybody knows how this stuff works, when you pull a bunch of timing, exhaust temps shoot through the roof. And, yes, it works, but you don't want it to have to do that for long periods of time because that creates a lot of exhaust temp and bad things can happen. So we would rather do it with boost and timing to mitigate it so we can have a nice boost ramp. So hopefully we are just riding traction control as little as possible so we have max acceleration possible, okay? Pretty slick. We have different drive modes, depend on what tire he's on, what wheel, boost ramp, stuff like that. Okay, other little tidbits. You're going to see a DC power alternator. 2 things. 1, this thing has a lot of added things, which are going to put extra load, but also he was going for a very specific theme, and the black alternator looks beautiful. All the PCV lines as well. He opted to go with our AN crimp fitting option. Definitely not something you have to do, but visually it's absolutely beautiful. We have our radiator tank, which gets rid of the factory unit that can separate because it's a 2-piece design. We also have better access to that spark plug as well. So that works out really nice. This guy is one of the nozzles for the fire suppression. There's 2 others in the vehicle as well. All of our builds, everything critical, just so those of you that do know or don't know, everything gets torque painted. We blue Loctite all the fittings here as well. So in theory, they can't come loose, but we do torque paint them so you can easily tell. I mean, you really got to think about it, guys. These cars, I mean, what other product are you buying from somebody that you take it out with the intent of kicking the crap out of it? You don't get drywall done and just start punching the wall. I mean, somebody does maybe after a White Monster, but you know what I mean? Like it's just one little extra thing we do. Maybe it's not necessary, but it sure makes us feel a lot better about it. You have 2 high PSI valve covers, which those that don't know, it's very fun to make DSX port plates fit with those valve covers and that alternator. We made it work with our abilities here, so it makes it really nice. He went to a 19 Z06 ZR1 radiator. The DeWitt's fan, it's not needed, he knows that, but it's a metal shroud and was able to go with the whole black theme. It doesn't hurt. It definitely flows a ton more air than the factory one, but that's why you have that guy on there. In the front, it has our heat exchanger, as always, with 1-inch lines throughout the whole thing. This side gives you a little bit other view of everything else. So we've got another nozzle there, and then there's one actually back there. So we put those in spots that are the most likely to have a fire if something were to happen. We have our brake booster shroud that we make. I need to get those on the website, but it is something that we make. Those that know these engine bays well will notice this area right here looks vastly different than your car at home. Even if you don't have a water tank, obviously if you have a water tank, it's going to look a lot different. But go take a look at yours, take a look at this one. What we do, an option we have, is this whole harness, we actually have a setup where we can wire tuck it. So we wire tuck the whole thing. Same with the brake booster, the vacuum canister. We relocate that guy. I think it gives it an absolutely awesome look in this area. It definitely makes these spark plugs the easiest to change, hands down, but visually it just looks really slick. All the PCV, like I said earlier, all crimp. Even the water lines for the 2650 are all done. Mighty Mouse, we did the big XL one, so you can go a little bit longer without having to drain it, and a little bit more venting, but those are all crimped as well on it. It has a 112 snout, 112 throttle body on there. You can kind of tell the light might be messing it up, but every little bracket is powder coated. The water pump, we even got powder coated black. The lower pulley, I'll let you guys see that. DSX does not offer those black. We got it anodized locally. Even the port plates, we got anodized locally, black. So it's a whole matching thing to really try to tie everything in together quite nicely on this vehicle. The rest of the things, we did a upgraded prop shaft in the vehicle. It's got a monster triple clutch. I think I already said, but it has a 4 fuel system. The way we plumb everything too is we plumb it in a way to where everything gets located in there. The regulator, the flex fuel sensor, we do the motion bypass for the flex fuel sensor, so we have tons of flow through there. We relocate everything in there. I know some people want to debate it. I don't care. Why we do it. Realistically, after you set up a fuel system, how often are you touching a regulator again? Basically never, okay? Yes, you might need access to it to diag something, but these cars, you can see fuel pressure through the PCM, so what does it matter? Doing it there gets like 8 or 9 fittings immediately out of the engine bay. So that is that many less potential leaks. It's less stuff in the way there. I'm not saying our way is the best way, the right way, whatever way. I just think it's the way that makes the most sense from a safety aspect and a cleanliness. So we really try to focus on both. So take that for what it is. That basically kind of covers everything on it. Oh, it is on some LG drop spindles as well. Those were already on there before we got the vehicle, but that covers all that. It's a super rad build. It's very unassuming. I mean, other than it being matte black, but I'll fire it up in a second, and then after this, I will stitch the dyno video on it so you can kind of see what it's like. Let me fire it up. This thing's super rad. Okay. That's it. I hope you guys like this one. I think it's super cool. Definitely one of the more beautiful 2650 builds, I think, out there. That will also absolutely rip. So let us know what you think. Upcoming videos I'll try to get done. Got that SS sedan. We wrapped up Friday? Yeah, Friday. Made low 700 wheel. That one's in for heads cam. That one I talked about the other day. We're retuning it today. So E-Ray, we did our turbo kit on. That Charger, he had the purple Durango that I posted the other day that we did the 2650 and all that. Just did the same thing on this vehicle. That one's in for heads cam and a blower. That's actually an LS2 car. Talked about that, our old ZL1. That V3, fixed that one back up. It's got a LME motor in it. We put it on a Motec port, had a Holly that failed, redid a bunch of stuff. So super rad. Anyways, that's it.